Good morning, everyone. It's me, and it has been such a freaking long time since I have done any sort of vlog or just casual chit-chat video with you all. So I figured while I am taking an early morning stroll, I would just talk to the camera for a little bit and sort of share a couple of the things that have been going on with me. I had mentioned this in a few tweets a while back and my Facebook page. I've kept you guys updated and told you snippets here and there of what has been transpiring in my life, but I realize not everyone's that active on social media. Hell, I just got a Twitter, like 6 months ago, even though everyone and their mama has had one for ages and ages, and I was definitely late to the party with that. So I 100% understand that not all of you give a shit about people's personal lives. You don't care about Facebook, you don't care about Twitter or Snapchat or Instagram or any of that fun stuff. So I figured for those of you who only follow me on YouTube and you don't know what's kind of going on. Oh my God, the sun, it's killing me right now. Let me pay attention while I cross the street here. One of the nice things about early morning strolls though is that the streets tend to be pretty empty. It's like 7:20, 7:30 a.m. So it's not that freaking early in the morning, but it's early enough to where it's still cool, it's not humid as fuck yet, and it's actually quite peaceful and all that good stuff. So it's really good for the soul, I think, to just get out, get some fresh air, and explore your surroundings. Is this better to see me? I don't know, I can't tell. The sun is blinding me right now. Okay. So let me focus on the actual content of this vlog and sort of what I was wanting to share with all of you. So there are kind of three things I was wanting to touch on. The first is to actually thank you guys for helping me to hit 5,000 subscribers. I know I'm a little bit late with this video and YouTube had a purge recently, so I know a couple of people were unsubscribed that weren't intended to be, so everyone ended up losing. Some folks, I think PewDiePie lost like 600,000 and a lot of other people lost like 20, 30,000. I lost like 300, 250, something like that, so it wasn't too bad at all, like I'm not gonna sweat the small stuff and really worry too much about it. And if most of them were dead subscribers that weren't really interacting with me anyway, I just view it as an opportunity for me to find new people who actually love retro games as much as I do and are interested in my terrible, terrible sense of humor. That's not funny at all, nor is it clever. But anyway, I'm saying all of this just to express in my own cheeky, weird way that I am incredibly grateful to each and every single one of you for helping me hit this little mini milestone. I mean, 5,000 subscribers probably doesn't sound like that much to some of you. I mean, there are people that have 500,000 subscribers, or even like 50,000 is considerably more than what I have. But that's still a lot to me. Like when I think about it, it's like, holy shit, 5,000 people? Like if I took 5,000 people and all of you are on the street walking with me in this early morning, like that's a lot of fucking people on the street. Do you know what I'm saying? That's crazy. And I almost feel like it's undeserved because, I don't really consider myself that talented in terms of the content that I produce. Like I think that I have a very strong love and like a passion for the things that I often share with you and that I often talk to you about, but I don't really have like the skills, I think, to really showcase everything in the way that I would like to. So for example, I don't consider myself the best editor. So, things like top 10s or things like reviews, or even, just like vlogs like this, they're not really presented, I think, in that fun of a way. It's literally just me making content that I enjoy, talking about things that I love. So yeah, that's pretty much, how I feel in terms of why I'm so humbled by the fact that there are, for me anyway, so many of you that actually watch my content and interact with me. It just almost feels like I don't deserve it because I don't have the great editing skills to, keep you interested from frame to frame. For most of my videos, I literally sit and I record myself playing video games and like talking about it. That's nuts that many of you think that that's a decent enough format to join me for the ride of whatever I opt to play for you or whatever I opt to discuss with you. So all of this rambling is being stated just to say that I am very, very grateful. I appreciate all the time that you guys devote to watching my videos. I appreciate your patience with me whenever I have periods that I can't get content out regularly. Although I will say, to my own credit, I have done, I think, a pretty good job this year in spite of all of my work commitments and everything else that's been going on in my life. I have tried to make it to where I get at least like 4 or 5 videos out a week, and there are many weeks where you guys have a video every single day. So that has kind of been my goal. Ultimately, I would love to reach a point where I can at least guarantee you guys have 1 new video every weekday. Or basically like 5 videos a week. So even if that ends up, you know, going Tuesday through Saturday or something instead of Monday through Friday. Like, I don't really care about the specific days, but getting about 5 videos a week, I think, seems reasonable, and that's something that I personally want to aspire to, so that you guys have enough content to kind of keep you going through the week. And I don't know, and that's just fun for me, right? I feel like the more that I get out for you, the more interaction that I can get, and that's just kind of fun, because the whole point behind this channel, as I've shared with you all before, is to interact with other people who love video games as much as I do, and who are, you know, like genuine and sincere in their love for it. I think lately, gaming has become something where people have been appropriating gamer culture because it's lucrative in a sense and it's easy to manipulate. So you have a lot of people that don't have this genuine passion or this genuine love. And that's like really sad for me, because I'm one of those people, I grew up that nerd, you guys. Like, I grew up playing these games. I grew up always wanting to talk about them with other people. And YouTube has genuinely given me that outlet that I needed. It's given me that audience that I've always craved, where I can sit down and play through one of these old games that perhaps modern gamers would look at and be like, the graphics suck, or this is really shitty, or what's with this writing? And it's like, I know that these games are bad. I know that they're not amazing, but I still love them anyway, and I want to talk to you about why. And I love that there are other people out there like that, who genuinely can say, yeah, that game was terrible, but I loved it too. And we can sit and nerd out about it for hours. That is fucking cool. So anyway, at this point, I'm just kind of rambling, and the whole point of all this is just to say thank you. I love you guys. You are so awesome. I can't believe we passed 5,000 subscribers. I can't wait for us to hit like 10,000. Although, I gotta be honest with you, if we stay around 5,000, that's fine with me. Like, I have never been one of those YouTubers who's been actively on the grind, like counting my numbers and trying to strategize ways to grow as fast as possible. And you guys know this about me. Like, I found a format that I like, and I stick to it. And whatever you guys give me feedback on or ask me for, I tailor everything specifically to you. That's one thing that I'm really proud to be able to admit. In spite of everything, even when I'm my most frustrated, like with myself or with things that people say, I can 100% with complete transparency say to you guys that I've always had my full heart and my full focus on those of you who are already subscribed to me, not focusing on trying to pull in new subscribers, because I want to worry about those of you who already clicked that button. Yeah, it's nice to grow, and it's important to think about how can you reach a wider audience, and I definitely keep those things in mind, which is why I have been trying to diversify my editing abilities, and why I've been trying to diversify content outside of just Let's Plays. That's why I've been doing reviews. That's why I've been doing, you know, top 10 videos. So I do think about ways to bring in new people, but you guys who have been here, my ride or dies, like, you've always been priority number one, and I'm proud that I can say that, because that's not the case with everyone. Okay, so 5,000 subscriber rant, check off what I wanted to talk about. The next thing I wanted to kind of talk to you guys about, so this was a good segue, is the kinds of content that I'm planning on continuing to produce for you. So I mentioned to you guys already that I've done a couple reviews, and I said months ago I finished a script for another review. It's been done, like, I reworked it, you know, the rough draft was finished a long time ago, the final version was done. There's no more tweaking really that I can make to the script itself. Like, it's what I want it to be. All I really need to do is sit down and record it. The reason why you guys haven't gotten that yet is because I am moving, yay! So that's actually kind of topic number 3. So I'm combining 2 and 3, okay? So the reason why you guys haven't gotten this big review that I told you I was working on yet is because I'm going to be moving. There's been a lot of stuff that's just been going on in my life these last couple months that if you have been following me on Facebook or Twitter, you would be aware of, but if you haven't been following me on those forms of social media, you have no idea what's going on. But my husband and I, we are leaving Colorado. After being here for 3 years, we both can say with 100% certainty, this is not a state for us. The city and the area where we chose to move to, it's just not a good fit. Like, just the culture here for the most part doesn't really fit to us. It's a wonderful place, I think, to raise a family. So if you are ready to like settle down and buy a house, like the whole Windsor, Loveland, like Longmont, Brighton area, it's great, you know, like it's very, very safe. There's not really that much crime. You don't have to worry about anything. Like I feel safe going on walks fucking 5 in the morning if I want to, or 2 a.m. if I really want to live life on the edge. And I don't have to worry about anything happening to me. Like, it's so safe here, and everyone for the most part is really cool. Everyone's really nice. It's a beautiful area, but it's just not for us. Like, we're 20-somethings who we are a little bit, I think, more adventurous, and we're looking for more of a community that has different values than I think what this area can really offer us right now. So, we're getting the fuck out of here. I think one of the other things that kind of comes into it, though, and one of the things that led to our ultimate decision to do this and to pursue someplace else was because my husband was getting really burned out with his program, I think, and I also have been needing to kind of switch careers for a little bit. I shouldn't say switch careers. Let me explain. I've spent the last, I would say, 5 years of my life working in research and education. So I have taught at the university level, I've taught at the community college level, and I've done some teaching at the high school level. As far as research is concerned, I have spent literally the last 5 years constantly in stats labs, you know, running data analyses and looking at graphs and analyzing things and writing, and it's very rewarding. Like, I love doing research. Like, that has never been something that has bothered me. I know there are plenty of people that they hate it, they hate the whole process, they consider it to be horrendously boring, and I can see for certain topics, like my husband's project, I would want to die. What he's doing is so fucking boring. But for me, like, human health is interesting. Like, I just think there are a lot of things to explore, and I think there are a lot of opportunities. However, one of the reasons why I have kind of just been feeling more drained and wanting to switch into something less academic focused is because I feel like, and this is at all of those levels, you guys, like at the university or even at the community college level, people are so competitive, and people will throw you under the bus if it means that their name will be a little bit more positively received by others. Or, you know, like, everyone's fighting for grant money, and everyone's arguing and fighting as to who gets to be in the, you know, top 5 names on the publication. Like, it's just a really ruthless area, I think, where everyone wants to be number one. Everyone wants to make it big and to be that researcher who discovers something groundbreaking or develops some sort of theory that's groundbreaking and helps change the way people are looking at and perceiving certain things in the health industry or in the health field. So it's just really cutthroat, and people don't fuck around. And guys, if you don't know anything about me, one thing you should know is that I am not that competitive. I like to do my thing, do it well, and, you know, I don't need praise from anyone. I don't need someone to say good job to me. I don't need a pat on the back. I just like knowing in my heart that I've done a good job. So I am okay with that. I don't need to be head to head with someone else and to feel like I need to prove to them or my superiors that I'm better. Like, I know I do a good job. That's why at my young age I've accomplished so much already, and I've been to so many places, and I've worked on a lot of projects, and I've gone to a lot of conferences. I'm saying this with humility, but also practicality, that I've worked very hard. And I think I deserve the position that I'm in right now and the status that I've acquired right now. But that's enough for me, just knowing that I've worked hard to achieve these things and that I am where I am. Like, I don't need to argue and fight with other people about it and to try to achieve more and more and more. Like, there has to be a point where you say that this is enough, and if I achieve more, that's great. But if I don't, that's fine too. As long as I'm challenged and as long as I'm happy in the technical side of what I'm doing, I am A-okay, my friends. But that's not the case with everyone. So I realized this last year that I really don't think I want to do research anymore, or at least I don't want to do research for a while, because I don't think people, especially in this country, value data and value numbers as much as they should. I think the United States is a very celebrity-focused culture, and so a lot of money goes into things that I think people really shouldn't care about. I think there are a lot of very silly, petty causes that people take up that don't really matter that much, but a lot of people get behind it because they're bored and they have the time, and it's something to be passionate about without having to actually exude that much effort, you know? So I think for me, that becomes kind of exhausting, feeling like there's not really as much funding as there should be for certain like research projects, and there's not as much, I feel like, respect for scientists here as it exists in other countries. But you know, that's fine. Like, there are other things that are great about here that's not so great about other places. So I'm not at all like bashing the culture in general, but I'm just saying I think, you know, research is one of those fields and one of those things that it's rewarding in an internal kind of way. You're not going to get a lot of people, unless you like discover the cure for a specific kind of cancer or for HIV AIDS, you know, like, unless you do something that's super duper monumental for the vast majority of the community, not even like on a small scale, you know, nobody's gonna give a shit. More people are concerned about like who is Khloe Kardashian's biological father, and I'm like, what the fuck, you guys, are you kidding me right now? But anyway, I'm saying all that just to say that I want to do something a little bit different, and I like teaching too, but I don't really like teaching at the university level. And I think that could also just stem from the fact that every single time I've had a teaching position, you know, unless you become like an adjunct professor, and you need a PhD for that, and I just have a master's, so the most that I can get, unless it's at a community college, but the most that I could get at a university level is just like, you're an instructor. Like, you'll consistently teach like these sets of classes, and you'll be teaching it full time, but you're not an adjunct, so, you know, you better expect to do some other things. So that's why I usually get stuck doing research and teaching instead of just teaching. Although I will be going for a PhD eventually. That's something the university where I got my master's, they would like me to pursue a PhD, and they had wanted me to, but I kind of just wanted a break, and I kind of wanted to work because I found more fulfillment at that time in the research I was doing than I did in the actual studying itself. Although I liked studying, I love learning. Guys, I'm a super nerd. See my glasses? Don't they make me more legit and give me more credibility? I feel like they do. So anyway, just the research and teaching at the university level, I think I just need like a year or two to not run any stats, a year or two to not have to fly to a conference, a year or two where I'm not on a panel in a different state for a week, and then I'm only home for a couple of days, and then immediately flying somewhere else for a big conference to present like a poster or something. Like, it's really exciting, but I don't know, it's just not for me, you know? Like, I want something where I can go in, do what I need to do, don't have to worry about ratchet coworkers and peers that are angry and spreading lies and fighting with each other, and you literally can't trust anyone. It's just not for me, you guys. So you're probably saying, well, Rabbit, you just gave us your full life story in terms of what you've been doing. What are you going to do next? So I'm glad you asked, my friends. My husband and I are moving to Wisconsin because he's also looking at PhD programs, and there are a lot of great universities and a lot of great opportunities there, but the real reason is is because I got offered a position, you guys, at a development center. And it's really cool because this is going to be the first time that I'm not working at that university, community college, and like high school level. So the age of the kids that they work on sort of like rehabilitating and doing all this stuff with, they're much younger, which is nuts. But at the same time, kind of cool. So it'll be an adventure. I'm not sure what age group I'm going to be working with yet. I'm not sure about all the technical aspects, but what I do know is that it's going to be something new, it's going to be something different. I don't have to touch a statistical software program, and that is cool, and I'm excited about that. And in addition to that, I don't have to stay in a research lab for hours and hours. I don't have to go to any conferences. I literally just have to go to the Human Development Center, work with my clients, do whatever we need to do, and then I can go home. And then that's it. It's magical. I mean, there will be, of course, like continuing education sort of things that you have to do. And, you know, just other standards that are always laid out whenever you work in any human health field, whether you're in psychology or you're like a nurse. If you're doing anything that involves other people, you can expect that there's always going to be something new or something that changes as new technology is discovered. So I'm not going to be able to get away from that. I'm going to be a lifelong student as long as I'm a health scientist. I have to just accept that. And that's okay because I like to learn. So it works out perfectly okay for me and with me. So yeah, that's a lot, isn't it, you guys? I pretty much gave you my life story and what the last 3 years has kind of looked like for me in terms of the work that I've been doing and why I'm kind of sick of people in academia and why I'm kind of sick of people in research and higher education, and why I'm ready for something different, for an environment that's different, and for a technical side of human health that's different from what I have been doing. So I will be doing this for a year, and then maybe in a year I'll change my mind and I'll say, okay, I'm going back to research and I'm going back to teaching at the college level or at the university level. And that's very possible, and I'm okay if that's the outcome of this, but I want to try something new so badly, you guys, and we want to move somewhere new. So that's kind of the reality of it. So we're moving to Wisconsin. I'm going to be working in a development center. I am not going to be doing research. Hell yeah. And my husband is eyeballing some PhD programs. So I'm really excited about the outlook of this and how everything is kind of unfolding and just coming together, because it's been a bit of a shit show, let me tell you. Okay, I don't want this vlog to be too ridiculously long, although some of you might say, all right, if it's past 20 minutes, it's already at too ridiculously long. And of course, I don't expect you guys to watch this in its entirety. I know not everyone likes vlogs, especially on gaming channels, right? Like, you guys come for the laughs, you come for the nostalgia. You don't usually come because you give a shit about the person playing the video games. Or maybe you do. At least I know that's why I subscribe to people. It's because I care about them. But I know that's not the case with everyone. So for those of you who don't care about my real life, I apologize for making this video. And if you feel like it's kind of watering down everything else that's been uploaded. But you should be happy to know that I have been doing, in my opinion, a good job of diversifying content. I've gotten some face cam series done recently, like we wrapped up Heavy Barrel a month ago, and even as I'm filming this right now, episodes of Wampum have been going live this week to kind of cover my ass while I'm packing and while we're getting ready to do this insane move. So you know what, like, I think I have been doing a good job of keeping different things coming for you guys. You'll have a big review headed your way pretty soon. You will continue to get episodes of Wampum. I think July 1st is the last day that episode 7 airs. That's the final episode of the series. And I've got a couple other like top 10 sort of things and review sort of things coming your way. My sister and I have been working on a few other scripts, so you guys can look forward to that. It's in the works, you know, like I haven't been lazy this month while we've been packing and moving and while I've been looking at jobs and doing this traveling, and oh my god, you guys, I have been putting you first, so I hope you appreciate all of that. Alright, well loves, this is pretty much it for this vlog. I just want to say again that I absolutely appreciate all of you and the time that you've devoted to, if you have watched this in its entirety. I want to thank you for watching it and for listening to the ramblings of a crazy girl who loves video games and doesn't know what to do about it other than talk about them whenever I get the opportunity, you know. I am a nerd 100%, and that is okay with me. And I thank you for being nerds too, or for at least enjoying my nerd banter, because it really means a lot to me. And I want to thank you for engaging me in conversations about these things, because you've really made my life so much more rewarding and so much more fun. I love the work that I do. I love being a health scientist, a health educator, and a health researcher, but I love video games too, and I love that I can find a community that's so vocal and passionate about these things in the same way that I am. So thank you very much, you guys. Thank you for helping me hit 5,000 subscribers. Thank you for supporting me throughout all of the attempts that I've made to try something new or to revisit something that I had done before that I wasn't too confident in. Thank you for always giving me such helpful feedback that continues to not only mold the channel, but sort of shape me. Like, you guys actively impact the direction that I want this to go in. So thank you for everything. I will try to get a shorter vlog possibly up once we're actually in Wisconsin and once we're kind of settled in. The next couple of days are going to be incredibly hectic. My schedule is insane right now because as soon as we move, we are going to move all of our stuff in. We have to return the truck, and then like the next day I have to go to the Human Development Center and like sign a bunch of paperwork and everything, because I traveled out of state for the final interview and they offered me the job on the spot, but it's like I had to get back to Colorado. Like, I still worked here, you know, like I'm still contracted at a school, so like I can't stay up here forever. I got research to do. I got deadlines to make, you guys, for these publications. So I went up there just long enough to interview with the director, sign a couple of things just to confirm that I accept the position, and then I was out of there. So I got a lot of shit that I'm going to be doing the first week of July. So do be patient with me. I will try to get more videos out for you. As of right now, outside of the Wampum episodes and then this vlog, I don't have anything else to go up. So we'll see how everything unfolds. But you guys are cool and you're always so supportive and awesome. So I'm not too worried about it. But anyway, I love you guys. You are the best. And I will be in touch with you soon. Thank you very, very much for watching. Rabbit out.